In 1982, the Commodore 64 home computer is introduced. Argentina invades and occupies the Falkland Islands. Larry Walters flies 16,000 feet above California in a lawn chair with weather balloons attached. Prince William is born at St. Mary's Hospital in London. Thelonious Monk, jazz pianist and composer, considered one of the giants of American music, dies. Mexico is unable to pay its large foreign debt, triggering a debt crisis. In 1982, the first compact discs are released to the public in Germany. The first emoticons are posted by Scott Fallon. Barney Clark becomes the first person to receive a permanent artificial heart. A global surplus of crude oil causes gasoline prices to collapse. The West Indies cricket team dominated Test cricket. Outstanding players of the time were the captain Viv Richards, Gordon Greenidge, Desmond Haynes, and a battery of fast bowlers headed by Malcolm Marshall. Michael Jackson releases Thriller, the biggest-selling album of all time. And in 1982, on the island of St. Martin, a new insurance company is found. A company that for over 30 years shows continuous growth and expansion. With a presence in over 18 territories, with a very strong brokers network, with award-winning services, and one thing in mind: we're there for you when you need us. This movie is about a very special company. It's a story of unparalleled success of an exceptional enterprise. This is about a company that really understands her clients' needs. This is about a company with great people and a great future. This is about continuous growth and expansion. This is the Nagico story. In 1981, a group of businessmen conceived an insurance company. An insurance company that would protect property owners from losses against affordable costs, with high-quality service and a personal touch. Many industry experts felt that Nagico was bound to fail. Its capital was small compared to the several large international players that dominated the market at the time. Moreover, the founders of the company were not insurance practitioners, but they did have their very clear vision, a realistic plan, and passion. They hired a young chartered insurer, Imran Maksoud, to spearhead the venture. And on the 1st of February 1982, the Netherlands Antilles General Insurance Company, Nagico, was officially launched. What Nagico did understand very well is that they tapped into a market that was hungry for their personal touch and high-quality services, later referred to as the magic of Nagico. It was this magic that people were missing elsewhere, and Nagico started to grow at a rapid pace. Faced with major challenges like devastating hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, and earthquakes, the management kept their focus on their clients and continued to improve the quality of the organization, leading the company to where it stands now. Nagico still stands with the people of the islands and proudly declares, "We've got you covered." As most successful people and entities, Nagico was born from humble beginnings, with a few staff members, one small office in the Caribbean Lumber Building, a handful of clients, and paid capital of no more than $75,000.
Nagico understood very well that people were hungry for that personal touch, and that's where the name, the magic of Nagico, came from. Soon after the launch, Nagico appointed its first overseas agent, which was in Angola, and now I can proudly say that we're in 18 different territories.
Then Hurricane Luis, one of the worst hurricanes to make landfall in the region, struck.
But it is unbelievable. Hurricane Luis, the eye is real close to us. You may even be on the edge of it.
I was fairly new to the company, working in the accounting department. And after Lewis, I was up to my elbows in claims, and I had checks piled up like that. It seems as we were going to never pay all of those claims. I mean, I was paying checks every day. There were no front office staff at the time. All the company turned into claim settling staff, and trying to settle all the claims in record time too. But in order to intake the claims, we had to function at our best, and that went on quite some time until the claims came down.
One of Nagico's long-standing employees also remembers Nagico's birth as a labor of love, which then made a remarkable transition into being one of the most respected insurance providers in the region. The Raymond Rumpfal, Executive Director, Underwriting, remembers this remarkable era.
Fair Play Agency in Anguilla was first conceived through a conversation between Mr. Imran Maksud and Quincy Gums. At that time, Nagico was a small and not so recognized company, and it was very difficult for Mr. Quincy Gums to win client confidence to represent an insurance company that was then not so recognized.
Since we had the ability to pay claims in Anguilla, this advertisement for Anguilla became greater, and the company grew more and more.
However, the real growth occurred after Hurricane Hugo.
With the enviable experience we gained over the years by handling these disasters and the claims, we soon became well recognized and gained much client confidence. With the gaining of these client confidence, our growth was rapid, and we soon surpassed our competitors who were long established in the region and were well internationally recognized.
Expansion was no longer a question. Nagico entered the Totola, Antigua, and Dominica markets almost immediately.
It was at that point that Nagico decided to expand its operation in the region, and in 1992 opened an office in the British Virgin Islands. And I am pleased that the BVI office have played a significant role in the overall success of Nagico Insurances.
This he credited entirely to the good direction and superb management by the CEO Imran Maksud Amjad.
Nagico had a general manager who was extremely conservative when it came to reinsurance. He always ruled on the side of caution. He did not allow his vision and enthusiasm for growth to outstretch his need to be cautious, careful, and properly reinsured. And that was put to the test in 1995, Hurricane Louis.
We had devastation in Antigua, in Anguilla, in St. Martin, and in the BVI, and Nagico fared very well in meeting its payment obligation to its claimants because it had sound financial protection and security.
Within days after Hurricane Louis, there was Hurricane Marlin. The severe damage done by Hurricane Louis was glossed over by Hurricane Marlin.
There was damage everywhere. Antigua, Dominica, and the British Virgin Islands reported hundreds of millions of dollars in claims.
Even I felt we wouldn't have made it, but I had to ignore it for the benefit of the people who were dependent on our administration. That machinery was so effective that all the affected areas, we were managed to settle all our claims 2 months after the storm.
Nagico spent a few months recovering from the claims it paid to the hundreds of clients affected. Staff worked overtime to make up for the significant costs the company faced.
It was a time of real stress, and Nagico rose to the top, delivered on its promises, and became the premium insurance, the premier insurance company in the Caribbean.
In 1995, the Nagico Curaçao office started, and under the visionary leadership of Mr. Maksud, Nagico bounced back in no time. 3 years later, in 1998, Nagico entered the Montserrat market and quickly became a household name. The economy in the mentioned territories was stabilizing, and people were recovering from the trauma and effects of the hurricanes, so business picked up. Nagico finally got the opportunity it had been waiting for. And in 2004, Nagico Aruba office was born, followed almost immediately by Nagico St. Kitts and Nagico Nevis. By now, Nagico was operating and servicing approximately 10 territories. The year 2006 came, and with that came more expansion for the company. Nagico Bonaire was opened. Since then, the Caribbean territories remained spared by major hurricanes and other natural disasters. But despite this, Nagico had various large claims to handle. Melissa Peterson is accountant at the Sunset Bar and Restaurant in St. Martin, which was the target of Hurricane Omar in 2008.
We feel very privileged to be covered by Nagico, and they definitely came to our rescue in 2008 after Hurricane Omar completely destroyed the bar. There was nothing left. We had to start completely over from scratch. Nagico understood our urgency and they processed our claim quickly. We worked very closely with their claim adjuster, and in the end we were very pleased with the settlement.
As you can see, they were able to build back better than ever.
We've been a client with Nagico now for a little over 3 years. We're satisfied with their services and the services provided by our agent. So we feel like we have a partner looking over our investment, protecting it, and for us that's very important.